I'm ready. Hopefully I look beautiful.
You do.
Welcome to Drinks on Me, the podcast where my friends yap and then I yap right back and we talk about things that are confusing to extremely horrible. My guest tonight is the second greatest David Lynch ever.
It's true.
Not the greatest.
The only one that's alive right now. The amount of people that texted me when he died, though, with the same joke, everyone was like, sorry you died. And I was like, you're the 14th person who texted me that.
People are just so not funny. I sort of wish I didn't say people are so not funny because then people watching the podcast are going to be like, you're one of those people that's not that funny.
They'll exit by this point. Time to do Las Culturistas.
At least I'm brave.
That's so true.
You're David
Second
Lynch.
famous.
You started your own business
I did.
for producing Broadway shows, DJL Productions.
Yes.
You did cool stuff like Romeo and Juliet, POTUS.
Parade.
And you did that Jeremy Strong one.
Oh, yeah. Enemy of the People. That was really fun.
Was he very method?
As method as you'd expect him to be. So
Pretty method.
Yeah. It was also a very intense role where he had to get like covered in ice during the show. He won a Tony Award for it. Some people are doing some things right.
That's one more Tony Award than
Yeah.
I have. Than
That's
you
true.
have. You'll get one though, eventually.
A Tony Award?
Yeah.
I do have a Tony Award.
You have a Tony?
I thought that's why you invited me here.
I'm sorry.
All right. This has been fun.
At least I didn't invite you here for your Tony. I didn't even know.
That's true.
That's
Yes.
one more Tony than I have.
Right now. You could also win a Grammy for like one of those like weird Grammy categories. They just make up this shit for people to win.
So you are drinking tonight a vodka gimlet. Sexy drink.
I appreciate it.
Please see the show notes for the recipe. I'm talking to my camera.
Oh, I was like, the show notes, the producers over there. All the
I'm my
producers that
own
are over there.
producer. I'm my own writer. I'm
Yes,
my
you
own
are.
director. My editor. That's why
Yeah,
this
women in
podcast
STEM.
sucks.
That's not true. This is the most successful podcast on Apple Podcasts.
Honestly, I've always wanted to be like Zach Galifianakis, but between two ferns.
Does he have a podcast? See,
It's not a podcast. It's like a death ritual. Why did you ask for the vodka gimlet? What is it about this drink that you like, that speaks to you?
when you start drinking, you know, in college, you just kind of drink like whatever is available to you, right? When we were in college, like I would drink like a Hypnotic and Coca-Cola. And then, you know, you start going up in the real world and go to a bar and like you get, you know, whatever, like a vodka soda or a vodka cran. I would start going to these more fancy endeavors, right? Places where like, you know, you're in a suit and it's like a nice bar, or even like something like a wedding, right? Where it's an open bar. And I would get to the front and be like, I don't know what the fuck to order here. So once upon a time, I was like, just get me something, whatever. And they got me a vodka gimlet. And I was like, okay, this will be my go-to like fancy drink.
I feel fancy right now.
Do you have a go-to fancy drink?
Dirty vodka martini.
I don't have the stomach for that. Vodka gimlet's like a martini light.
It's sweeter.
You put it on a La La Land coaster.
Yeah, I have Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh,
Cheers, my friend. I'm glad
there you go. Cheers.
It's good. I can taste the vodka, which I like. I like being able to
Yeah,
taste the vodka.
so you can't go wrong with it. It looks fancy enough. And it's a good enough drink where I feel like if you order it, people have respect for you.
Yes.
Right? Like,
I have respect when you ask for it.
Oh,
More
I
respect
appreciate
than
that.
a martini, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a little more unique.
yeah, because I used to just be like white wine, any white wine. And it's like, it gave off amateur. They were
Sort
like,
of
you're
boring.
23. And then the Dirty Shirley Temple was like, that was like my go-to drink. That was going to be it. If it wasn't a vodka gimlet, I was going to get a Dirty Shirley Temple.
Dirty Shirley sounds like a sex position.
It might be.
It's sort of a taking from behind.
Give me two and we'll figure out what the sex position is.
Why'd you need the drink? What's wrong?
I needed this drink to lament the fact that as we get older, we have to start actually taking care of our bodies and working out.
Drinking less.
It's kind of ironic, but drinking less, high school, college, you're just kind of like eating whatever. You're not really working out. And, you know, your metabolism for the most part kind of keeps up with you. Maybe, you know, you gain a few pounds in college, whatever. And then you hit a certain point, adulthood, where you're like, wait a second, I can't keep doing this. Like I actually have to start caring about what I eat and working out, all this shit. That's stressful. On top of everything else going on in our lives, we've got to be like, okay, now I need to make time to work out. And if you don't work out, you know, you're scum of the earth. Right now, everyone's doing a fucking marathon. That's at you. And so it's one of these things where I'm done with the day. Did everything. It's like, well, I've got to wake up tomorrow morning early to go work out.
Right now, I'm in a not working out phase. So I feel like the scum of the earth right now, even though I did a marathon.
How long did you train for it then?
Not long enough.
Were you like dead by the end?
Yeah, I got to 18 and then it was like over. I started uncontrollably giggling to myself because I could not believe I'd gotten myself into such a stupid situation. And
Yeah.
the only reason I finished was because I already bought the finisher gear. And I was like, you stupid fuck, you already bought the finisher gear. You can't afford it because it's so expensive. And I just hated myself all the way to that finish line. What is so depressing about this change in your body and the need to work out? Like, is it the time you have to spend? Is it the meaning of the changing of the body? Is it the feelings you have about your body?
I think it's age, right? 20s, late 20s, where you kind of start to realize, oh, I'm not a kid anymore. Your parents don't do your laundry anymore because you're grown up. You have to learn how to make meals for yourself. Like, dinner is just not always going to be there. I have to actually take care of myself in this way that I've never really thought about before. It's this realization that you're getting older. And it's just a big indicator of that. I think, just feel like you have to do it. And, it leads you towards death ultimately, I guess is the best answer here.
I love talking about death. This is so exciting.
Well, I imagine most of your podcasts, the theme is as people, things that annoy you in your 20s, 30s. I imagine most of it surrounds death.
It always obliquely does. As you said, this time is a signal that a huge portion of our lives are over.
And it's not even just like working out. It's like, oh, my shoulder really started hurting, so now I need to go get surgery. Your body's starting to be like, so we've done enough here. We're good.
And it's telling you have to treat it well, which I think it's not my instinct to treat my body that well, which is probably stemming from issues with my body, but it's reminding you that you have to invest in yourself because we're not here that long.
Have your hangovers gotten worse as you've gotten older?
Yes, that's why I transferred to martinis because
it's so responsible.
I don't do sweet drinks anymore.
In college, I would get strawberry liqueur and your orange liqueur, and I would just chug that shit.
Remember in college, we used to have blue raspberry, pink lemonade vodka, disgusting.
In college, or my early 20s, right? I never was like, oh, if I drink too much, I'll be really tired tomorrow. Now, if I don't have to drink on a weeknight or a weekend night, I'm like, wow, that's a blessing. But there's sometimes where you need a drink, right? And that's the sad irony of it.
I think, first of all, drinking causes cancer, right?
Sure.
Maybe a healthy relationship if you want to drink and you do enjoy your gimlet, right? This is a great taste. I enjoy sipping in the martini glass. I actually enjoy the drink.
Right.
I think you make the mindset, everything causes cancer these days, and I'm only going to do it if I enjoy it.
So you're basically saying, who cares about cancer?
No, I'm saying everything causes cancer. I don't think everyone who drinks gets cancer.
All the people who have had cancer are alcoholics.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I think cancer is really bad, and I think we should do something to solve it.
We should start talking about cancer.
It just makes me depressed, the idea of having to work out. And I've done all of the workout kind of phases. At the end of the day, it was trying to find the realization of who am I doing this for? Am I doing it for me? Am I doing it for somebody else? And trying to find some sort of satisfaction in the growth.
Are you doing it for somebody else?
No, now I think I found the point where I'm doing it for myself. But it definitely starting out, it's just you do it because you're I want to look hot. Everyone else is hot. How do I get hot? And then it hits a certain point where you're okay, I'm doing this to kind of show myself I can take care of myself. I think anyone who says they love working out is crazy. People are I find meditation while I'm running.
It is meditative. I am one of these crazy people. It is the only time, I'm going to sound really crazy. It's one of the only times I can think about my writing and the tasks I want to do without anxiety.
I can hear that. I definitely find myself running thinking I forgot to do that, or this would be interesting to kind of look into more. And maybe it's because your mind is I want to think about literally anything else than what I'm doing right now.
So you take care of your body. Do you take care of your mind?
Probably not. Everyone's in therapy nowadays, and therapy's good. This sounds like I'm 2016 Tumblr now, but I think everyone should be in therapy regardless of if you think you need it or not. I think my mind is always staying busy. It's always, what's the next thing? What am I going to do to progress my career or progress XYZ? I'm never the type who's let me just sit back and do nothing.
No, me neither.
And so I'm always trying to find ways to do something. And I would argue that is okay. Sometimes for me, giving my mind a break is planning a fun event with friends. Do you think you're keeping your mind or in check, healthy?
Well, so if you go back to when we were younger and not taking care of it and didn't need to, I wanted to be in therapy when I was younger and just didn't ask my parents because I was I don't know. I wanted to try it out. I think I was embarrassed. Now, maybe we're just doing the things we should have been doing all along. Do I take care of my mind? Not well. But I do enjoy therapy, and I do sort of try to improve.
Nowadays, these kids, it's therapy is a class in elementary school. They literally get therapy by the dozen. They don't know what it was like, right? You have to go to the guidance counselor.
Yeah, having to come out to your college counselor or something.
Oh, shit. Did you come out to your college counselor?
No, I was just trying to put my...
Are you lesbian now?
I was trying to put my head into the gay experience. I'm not lesbian yet.
Yeah, it's true. Let's give it a few more years.
But that seems out of an American Pie era.
Well, the gay world with therapy is every gay man, not every gay man, but like they all talk about their therapy. They'll find ways to name drop therapy and the weirdest things. I'll be like, oh my God, like it's supposed to be good weather this weekend. They'll be like, yeah, that's what my therapist said. Okay?
Therapists also check the weather sometimes.
I did talk to my therapist about like Peloton runners yesterday. So like, they are real people, but gay men love to drop the fact that they're taking care of their minds and of course their bodies, right? There's sort of a culture of like showing off your body and like kind of showing off your fitness, especially in New York, right? Where so many people compare themselves against others. That definitely adds to the sort of pressure as you get older, like kind of trying to take care of your body, especially with like gay men just always being visible, always being seen. I think especially in the theater world, it can be important to look good. I mean, there's a lot of gay men in the theater world. Don't be surprised.
I have heard such things.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, honestly. Someone should stop
Shocking.
it. Someone should stop it. It's unethical. It's not what Jesus would have wanted. I think there's a pressure, especially as a young gay man in the theater world, to look good because part of that is what propels people to want to work with you. Pretty privilege is a thing, and it's a thing across a variety of different industries. Your odds of getting things or getting farther in your career is better. Do you view your physical appearance as being important for your job?
I'm incredibly insecure about my physical appearance and have always
Sure.
been, so it's really hard to parse that out. I think there are things that are more important to improve.
Being funny?
Yeah, being able to write, being able to like make people laugh and being smart, do work, but you need connections and that's always pretty privileged. For video podcasting, I could probably stand to look a little more attractive.
Sure. You're showing your tits at the end.
Yeah, I'm going to end this with the flash. So you got to get through the whole podcast to get the flash.
It's like one of those HR training videos where you're just like having it on in the background and they're muted.
Oh my
Just
God,
like,
have
I'm
you
just
seen
fucking
this
waiting.
this Instagram reel or whatever about HR training videos? It's like, which one's sexual harassment? John gives you a high five. Claire brings you cupcakes. Drew puts his full dick and balls on your desk and says, how do you like this, bitch?
And the answer is B. That's so funny. But no, so you're insecure.
Yes, I do feel pressure. I think a lot of women are also getting really fit right now. My friends are doing their weddings and doing diets and all of that. So like I think surrounding me is like a lot of people in your same vein of I gotta do this, I gotta buckle down, and I haven't quite buckled down yet, so I gotta like join them. And I definitely feel pressure from other women, like looking at them, not like I don't have other women telling me my body doesn't look good, but I feel pressure there. I feel pressure by watching TV and being in that world. Mm-hmm. Everyone's really hot. I think you asked about a real mess that all women have in terms of like my body image and what is triggering it. So I'm trying to piece it out right now verbally for you.
Sorry, I'm going to get canceled. Never ask a woman about that.
No, I like being asked it and I like talking about myself.
That's amazing. That's why you have a podcast.
I like therapy so much.
I mean, literally, someone's paid to sit there and listen to you talk.
If my therapist listens to this, she's going to be like, you actually don't like therapy that much. You're lying on your podcast.
And you're going to be like, well, I'm still paying you.
It's my podcast. I'm allowed to lie.
Yeah, I used to. I mean, speaking of, I got a trainer at Equinox.
Humble brag.
People are like, okay, yeah, exactly. I didn't mean to drop the Equinox, the Knox, as I call it. But when I got the trainer, I was like, wait, I'm paying him to just be here, so I can just talk to him about whatever I want. Like, he can't leave. Granted, I think it's really fun to ask them about their lives. It's just fascinating to me because mine's like a very straight man who always talks about like the girls he's sleeping with. And I just think it's so funny because I don't have any straight man friends.
Does he have like a list, a retinue
it's just,
of women?
So it depends on the time. Depends on what time. He'll be like, yeah, these shotties like came over and did all this.
Does he say shotties?
Yes. And I'll always be like, were there any shotties this weekend?
Were there shotties this weekend?
There was. It's fascinating to me paying someone to sit there and listen to you talk.
I need more shotties in my life.
Great. This is what this podcast is for. That's what
your
subscribers are for.
Shotties.
That's what you're there for.
I don't want just internet shotties though. I want physical shotties. Like you,
they
you're
can
a physical shotty here.
If they pay enough, they can become a physical shotty.
Yeah, you're a physical shotty in my.
That's beautiful.
In my bio right now.
Thank you so much. And that is something a Tony Award could never replace.
So back to the body. So is a fear of death present in your life right now?
Totally, 100%. I think about it.
Or dying. Do you feel like the nothingness of death, or do you feel like being
the edible
sick?
just hit? Like what? Like,
yeah. Like, do you fear being sick, dying?
I see the process of dying versus being dead. I don't think I'm afraid of the process of dying. I think the process of dying just is a pointer towards death, right? Like ultimately, that's the scariest thing. But I think about aging a lot. I always think about how many years it's been since we graduated college, and like how that relates to other people. Because when I was in college, it's like, oh, that person was class of like 2012. Like that was so long ago. And now I'm like, wait, that's literally
us.
me.
That's
right?
us.
And so I think for me, it's the idea of like the passing of time and almost looking back at like what I've done and being like, have I made good use of my time? Have I just let years fly by without doing anything? Have I wasted summers or weekends when I could have been doing things and I wasn't doing things? I think there's always this sort of like idea in the back of my head of the clock is ticking and like it will end at some point. And so you don't want to like be on your deathbed looking at your life being like, what the fuck did I do? I guess your body is almost a symbol of that, right? Your body ages. And it's sort of just a little physical reminder, something that you carry with you of time is passing and you have to sort of deal with it.
I totally relate to all of this. I 100% am sitting here like, I need to make a mark. My career needs to be a certain way. But if you've been to a funeral, which you have, I hope so.
Hope so.
If you've been to a funeral, the job is usually a couple sentences in the eulogy, and it's all about personality and how they made people feel. I mean, there's certain types of jobs I don't know if it's like a president or a judge like that, but I think for
judge.
I don't know.
The judge died.
A judge said, let's get through like all his decisions and things like
Yeah.
or hers.
Or her, wow. It's so
Judges
progressive.
can be women. By the way, you're probably doing something wrong if your job is your entire eulogy. You want people to talk about how you made them feel. And like the summers, you talk about that when you're on a beach making a friend laugh. By the way, totally does not resonate with me in terms of like what I want. But like, isn't that what you're supposed to want?
I mean, I think everybody would be like, I don't want to be defined by my job, but we want to be defined by the people I influence and care about. But like being creative, it's often harder to separate those two. You want your job to hopefully influence people and make people remember you and remember your work. I think especially for something like theater, the reason why people make theater is because we want audiences to leave with something.
That's that's an interaction, right? It's the same way of how you make a person feel.
Yeah.
That is a interaction between two people in a completely different way.
Yeah.
But
Not to say the most obvious thing in the fucking world here, but like we live in an era where people's accomplishments are blasted in front of our face, right? We will log on Instagram or whatnot and you will see this person did this person got married, this person had a kid, this person got a promotion. And sometimes it's so easy to be like, am I doing the right thing here? So how it all relates back to your body, I think your body is a literal physical reminder of your ticking clock. Like it is something that you literally carry with you that you cannot disregard. I'm trying to keep my body in shape so that way I can elongate how long that clock will be ticking for.
I think for women, this especially women this age, like I kind of have to start thinking about freezing my eggs. Women my age freeze their eggs, and like fertility does go down faster than many people think. Also, the idea of attracting a man, making him your husband, having kids. Like
Think about attracting a man. Like,
that's true. I need to woo a man, a suitor.
Yes.
I need to. Yeah, I
shoddy,
gotta start chasing men. But I think that it's a personal ticking clock rather than a professional. But yeah,
I mean, it's quite literally a ticking clock. It's something that's like a part of you. And I think, your physical presence sort of reinforcing the emotional thoughts in your head or the things that you're afraid of. It's very different than like, okay, I have this anxious thought about work, but like, I'm going to try my best to put that aside. As I've gotten older, I've sort of tried to think about how do I process time? How do I process the passing of time? And I don't know, it never will get easier, but you can't really stop it. So there's a certain point you have to sort of accept it.
I have spoken to people who like are later 30s, early 40s, and they don't feel this kind of pain, I think, and attention on it. Hopefully it settles in a certain
I hope.
way.
If not, you'll just drink more, right?
Obviously, like next gimlet.
Exactly. I mean,
this was actually pretty good.
this was really good.
I really
I'm like
enjoyed
impressed
it.
with this. Yeah. Especially because I don't know how to make a gimlet. So
It's actually not that hard.
it's vodka, lemon juice.
It's vodka, simple syrup, lime juice. Oh, I cut limes for garnishes and I forgot.
Damn.
Those would have been sexy.
All right, start the podcast over.
Devastation Nation. What would you say to someone struggling with the same feelings right now as it relates to their body, probably, or not, the feeling of this passage of time? And of course, people should take care of their bodies, but how would you advise someone to find motivation?
My direct answer would be asking yourself, like, who are you doing this for? You won't find motivation if you're trying to do it for somebody else. That applies to, your physical health, but it applies to everything. Career, romance, like whatever you want to do. Until you yourself kind of can feel motivated by something, you can't progress forward. I think once you find what motivates you, it makes this anxiety around it a little bit easier, right? I'm doing this because it makes me feel good and because it allows me to go into my day feeling like I've already done something, as opposed to I'm doing this because if I don't, I'll be reminded of the impending death clock that's coming for
And
me.
like
right?
how I'm not hot and everyone
Yeah,
else
exactly.
is hot.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess I would say trying to find motivation within yourself as opposed to trying to find it externally. And also recognizing that there's literally nothing you can do to stop time from passing. So you may as well just accept that and move forward with it.
Yep.
Right.
Accept your feelings that probably won't change about hating it, right? Just
Yeah.
accept that you always hated it a bit and accept your feelings about it that probably won't change. Find a little bit more peace.
We love peace.
Peace is the goal, baby.
Yeah.
Ready for the hot seat?
Great.
So in the trolley problem, are you going to pull the lever?
The trolley problem is what? There's 3 people on one side, one person on
Yeah,
the other.
there's 3 people on one side and one person is going for the 3. And are you going to pull the lever?
Yes.
You're going to pull the lever. Is it acceptable to say you're going to the bathroom on a bad date, then just take your stuff and leave?
No.
You say
No.
that's not?
If you're on a bad date, odds are they also think it's a bad date. And I think it's much more polite to be like, yeah, I think we're good for the check.
Fair enough. Thanks for the advice. I'm single. So thank you.
Great. I'm gay.
What's your favorite musical?
Rent.
That's my favorite musical.
Oh, I love that show.
I love Rent so much.
I love Rent so
Oh my
much.
God, I know the whole soundtrack.
It's the 30th anniversary this year.
Are they putting it up like a 30th anniversary show?
Who's to say? Who's to say?
Okay, sexy.
But yeah, what'd you say?
Sexy.
Yeah, you're gonna be in it.
I'm
You're
totally-
gonna be Mimi Marquez,
I'm
the
Maureen.
Latina stripper.
Yeah, it's Tango Maureen's about me.
Oh, you'd be good, Maureen.
Yeah,
you'd be good, Maureen.
I mean, Adina,
yeah.
I have the exact same voice. It's actually me playing Elsa.
Oh my God.
What was the first career you wanted? Like first job when you were a child?
Oh, when I was a child, I don't know. But the first career I can remember was I wanted to be a political speechwriter.
Ooh, that's a good career.
I want to be and I think it's not dissimilar to theater. I think your politics is performance, and setting up somebody up to be an orator is sort of like writing for a character.
My first career I ever thought of, it was either to be the first deaf president
Oh,
or the first deaf farmer.
There's no deaf farmers.
I mean, I assume I was incorrect. I'm sure there's some deaf farmers
Yeah.
out there, but I wanted to be first.
Well, some could argue that Trump is a deaf president because he doesn't listen to the people.
Oh, look at you.
That's the
I
2016
also
talking.
assume there were other deaf presidents. Like they all were old, so they went deaf. But I'd be the first that was like born deaf.
That's so true, and that's so valid.
Yeah, it's
that's so
cute.
great.
Yeah,
That's,
I'm a dreamer.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much for your advocacy.
What's your favorite workout?
Leg day.
Cute. You got that ass, baby.
That's what I'm hoping for. Back to the Equinox trainer, I said, if I don't have a 6-pack and a fat ass by summer, we're not continuing this.
No, obviously. Where in the entire world, is your favorite place to get a drink?
I'm going to say my apartment. I think there's something to be said about having like a cozy drink in an apartment or in your own space or somebody else's apartment and just letting the sort of vibes take it from there. Also, there's no check at the end, which is always nice to feel like, oh, I don't have to look at the number sign in front of you.
I'm presenting you with the bill.
Oh, great. Totally. No, that's great.
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute.
I think there's also something to be said about if you make your own drink and kind of it's similar to a workout, the feeling you have after being like, wait, I did that.
I'm going to put your apartment address on the Spotify
Please, yes.
so you get
Please.
doxxed.
Spotify, not Apple Podcasts.
And Apple Podcasts.
Or
and
wherever you get podcasts.
And YouTube and Instagram, all of it.
Go for it.
So hopefully one person comes to kill you.
Please, someone, take me out of my misery.
Not to offend people who have died getting hit by cars, but sometimes I walk there and I'm like, can you just hit me a little?
Totally.
Break my arm?
Yeah, it might be cute.
Yeah, break my arm.
Yeah, I would say hit my ass, but it's so fat.
And it's so bad.
They'll just
I mean,
bounce
that's
right
a
off.
big surface area.
Exactly. It's actually kind of dangerous in New York City.
Yeah.
I have to be careful.
Well, your ass could total the car.
Exactly.
Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me. And thank you for the free therapy.
Did it feel therapeutic?
Yeah, I felt a little therapeutic.
That's what a drink with a friend is.
There you go.
That's what the concept is.
There you go.